We're now entering week 2 of our spectral visitation, and the entity calling itself Alice continues to elude all forms of capture. She has taken up residence in the back of the lab in the room that had been previously marked Doomsday, and has painted that room over 15 shades of pink and purple. However, that room is unpowered due to the explosions that occurred during Samus's last visit, and she has also taken the media center as her own to watch television. This wouldn't really be a problem, except that she doesn't know how to work all of the equipment and occasionally interrupts. Alice! Hello and welcome to the second part of Physics Not Included's month of Frightening Physics. I think I've got Alice distracted for a little while. I put the Twilight movie on and then I ran for it. You know, when she's not actively scaring me, she's rather like a 12-year-old girl. A really spoiled 12-year-old girl. It's like I've become the proud parent of a paranormal, supernatural, preteen daughter without any of the hope that maybe she'll one day grow up and move out. I heard that. Today's question comes to us from Shadow Jaden, who wants to know two things about gremlins. First off, why do they multiply when you expose them to water? And secondly, why do mogwai turn into gremlins when you feed them after midnight? Well, the answer to both questions is really simple. It's all magic. That's all the time we have for Physics Not Included this week. We hope you enjoyed the show, and we'll see.
You have to do it the right way.
But I don't want to. It's a biology question.
Do it right, or I'll call Samus and tell her you called her a meanie head.
Okay, I'll do it properly. Lousy ghost. To make answering this question simpler, we're going to start at the ending and work our way forward. Now, using clues from the first two movies and the novelization of the first movie, I've been able to guess as to how the mogwai and their alternate forms of the gremlins are able to do what they do. Never explored in the movies, the novel speaks of the mogwai being the creations of an alien intellect that wanted the mogwai to act as goodwill spokescreatures across the universe. What they made, however, was a cunning, cruel little ball of fluffy evil that died in sunlight, reproduced faster than mosquitoes when exposed to water, and could transform into a reptilian demon spawn if it had a midnight snack.
Oh, they're so cute. Can I have one, please?
Not on your unlife, little lady. You probably try to bathe the thing. Now, since we have established that the mogwai were artificially created and had flaws that really should have been discovered while the mogwai were still in the lab, I submit the following conclusion. The aliens that created the mogwai did not build an original creature. Instead, they induced alterations in a pre-existing natural animal, and the poor job they did of it allowed characteristics of the original animal to reassert themselves and cause trouble. The original animal was probably from a desert environment, omnivorous, nocturnal, possibly reptilian in appearance, and possessing a unique form of live childbirth that required water. So let's look at the 3 rules of mogwai care to see how this all adds up. Mogwai and gremlins both avoid bright light as exposure to it causes them pain. Sunlight is the worst as any direct contact with it can kill them. This was most likely a flaw in the design that was overlooked by the alien scientists and was only discovered after they sent the mogwai out to other worlds. While we never see what happens to a mogwai exposed to sunlight, we do see that it causes a gremlin to melt into a puddle of green goo. Some component of sunlight accelerates the natural process by which sugar is converted to energy on a cellular level. As the mitochondria in the cells use up the sugar, it then turns on the cell itself. As the cell walls weaken, they start to rupture, and the gremlin is liquefied into sludge in a matter of moments. This process is so aggressive and rapid that even bones get dissolved. This one seems to be an enhanced version of the natural ability by which the original species reproduce. For sake of simplicity, we're going to assume the original species, like Mogwai and Gremlins, do not have a set male-female gender and reproduced asexually. As a desert creature, water is everything. You need to conserve it and obtain it however you can, not just for yourself, but for your offspring. The body is mostly water after all, so when you locate a sizable source, you have to find a way to use it quickly, before it goes away, or something else gets to it. When our alien critter finds a nice pool hidden away somewhere, it absorbs it all. The water is passed along to the back, where the offspring rapidly grow to a size where they are able to survive on their own, and then emerge alive and mature. Even though they're the same species, Mogwai and Gremlins are at two different ends of their life cycle and can only create more of their own kind. This is a huge benefit in the favor of the Gremlins, as their offspring gets to skip the less dangerous Mogwai phase entirely. It should also be noted that only water seems to set this response off, and not other liquids containing water like beer and milk, or water in a solid form like snow. Although I'm still not entirely certain why snow doesn't work. So here we have a species with all of the racial instincts of a nocturnal animal trapped in a small fluffy body with sentience thrust upon it. Already this creature is confused, mentally unstable, and is lashing out aggressively to obtain territory and food. Now let's add in the fact that this creature's genetic structure and physiology is quite unstable and easily manipulated.
Talk a little bit about what's going on in this room, because I think there are some fascinating ramifications here for the future. When you introduce genetic material of research quality to a life form such as ours, which is possessed of a sort of, I hesitate to use the word, atavism, but let us say a highly aggressive nature. For example, that fellow over near the, I believe that's a common bat of the order Chiroptera, the only mammals, I might add, capable of true flight. Genetic sunblock. Yes.
The simple act of eating after midnight could draw heavily upon a Mogwai's racial instincts of the creature it should be. The failing becomes so powerful, in fact, that it triggers dormant genes within the Mogwai's genetic code. These genes seek to overthrow the modifications the aliens made and restore the Mogwai to its true form. However, the Mogwai gets stuck, trapped between the bipedal shape of the Mogwai and the desert animal it wants to be. This green-skinned reptilian abomination has all of the Mogwai's aggression, cunning, and cognitive ability partnered with the even fiercer set of raw animal instincts and primal desires of its new form.
Yes, I'd say it's a full-scale panic. Are you having a run on the banks there yet? Well, it's rather brutal here. We're advising our clients to put everything they've got into canned food and shotguns.
Well, that's all the time we have for this episode of Theorne's Month of Frightening Physics here on Physics Not Included. Keep those questions rolling in, and we'll see you. You know, it's really not even worth getting angry about anymore. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time. Play me off, boys.
Is everybody here? All right then. Start spreading the news. I'm leaving today. I wanna be a part of it. New York, New York, yes sir. These vagabond shoes are longing to stray and step around the hall a bit. New York, New York.
These guys aren't bad.